Hello guys and welcome to another episode of Strassmayr training videos. Now in this episode I would like to show you one of our machines will be most often found in the process of road construction, and this machine is the Strassmayr BF290. The BF290 is designed as an attachment that will solve all different problems and aspects of roadside work. So it is designed for road widening, hard shoulder work, or any kind of cable and pipeline trench filling. By this little machine, we can use different kinds of materials for these jobs. So we can use soil, sands, gravels and grits, but also ending up with the hot asphalt mixture. And it is important for me to mention in this moment that if you want to work with the hot asphalt mixture, you have to order a special heat-resistant belt. And always make sure that your customer is using the correct belt for the correct material, because you will face much quicker wear of these parts if they are working with not the proper material. So we use standard belts for the grits and the sands and the stones only, and then we use only the heat-resistant belt for hot asphalt mixture. If we try to change that, then we will not be happy with the result and we will have to order a new belt very quickly. Now, what you have to know about this machine is that it is designed to be either pushed by the means of special metal plate, which is located here in the back structure of the machine, and you will see that in a second. So it can be either pushed by a wheel loader, excavator or backhoe loader or any tractor with a minimum weight of 8 tons. We need this weight in order to prevent any kind of slippage and provide the precision to the roadside work. Or this machine can be also, since early this year, towed with a special front towing hook system by the tipper, which will be delivering the material to this belt, and then this belt will be delivering the material to the screed on the side. Now we can work starting with 30 centimeters width, going up to 3 meters. And we have a hydraulical possibility to control this width within 60 centimeters. If we want to go wider and wider, we will have to add the additional plates which will be bolted to the construction on the screed. But the details about how this connection works will be found at our offer PDFs and so on. So if you need any additional explaining, feel free to let us know and ask us by email. So just by looking at this, I don't want to be boring and tell you about the technical numbers. You have to know only that this machine is equipped with its own Kubota engine. We do not require any additional connections to the wheel loader, backhoe loader or the tipper, because the machine is totally self-sufficient. Now, in order to show you how the process looks like, I will jump quickly to the main presentation video of this machine, where you will see how the typical setup looks like and how the new model with the front towing hook set looks like as well. So you see here in the back we've got the backhoe loader, wheel loader or any excavator or tractor pushing it by the means of a special plate. And this special plate is always, it should be designed according to the dimension given to us by the customer. This is because some of the machines can even differ within the same year and the same make and have a little bit different not only systems but different dimensions between the hooks. So we always send you a form where we ask you to measure directly all of the dimensions, so when you get the plate you can connect the machine straight up and go to work. So in this setup we see the backhoe loader, wheel loader, excavator pushing our BF290, which is then pushing the truck in the front by these rollers. And this machine will be delivering the material we want to use into our belt, and the belt will deliver the material to our screed. The operator here on the top will make sure that we deliver the perfect amount of material that we have to use within the process of reparation. So another kind of materials, different kinds of materials going through the different scenes in here, different widths and different kinds of works. Now, what has changed recently in these machines, and you have to know that we have put a special regulation plate within this part of machine, and this allows us to have better control on much more and much better adapt to different kind of materials and different how wet they are, for example. This will help us to adjust to the material and to the speed of the job. So we can control it, we can control this gap which has the material flown through. Now in the back, in a second, you will see a additional equipment which is called the cleaning brush. Now this brush is designed to take away any residues, take away any dust which will be left, of course, incidentally on the road. It is left at a given speed and making sure that all residues just go back. Very simple equipment, but also very useful. Now you see on this episode of video on this screen that this machine is being towed by the front tow hook system, but this customer has also ordered a special equipment which allows him to switch between the standard system, which means carrying this by a wheel loader in the front by this means of this plate, but also he can connect the hook. But this requires some changes and an additional set of front tow hook, and I will show you a picture of what I mean about in a second. In here I just want to show you how the process looks like, how quick it is, and how much time can you save just by using a simple attachment, using machines that you already have on the job site, so tippers or wheel loaders or excavators, not having to order a special job of a grader, for example. Here in this system we are fully connected by the wheels, of course, which are driving on the surface to the level of the road, making the roadside perfect. And now I would like to go to show you different kinds of functions that we have within those machines. So in this render we will go through the 7 hydraulic functions of this product. On the side here you can see the solid attachments which allow you later on the extension of these working arms. So in the basic position we have the possibility to work from 50 centimeters up to 110 centimeters, and then we can extend this width with those two parts. With the optional attachment, the biggest one, we can go up to 3 meters. So now the first function is of course the control of this width by the hydraulic cylinder in the back. So like I said, this has a 60 centimeter range of job of work, and then it can also bend and adapt the angle plus 15 or minus 15 degrees that allow us to create a nice place for the water to flow into the ditch. We don't want the water to be staying at the edges of the road, because that creates of course the risk of the water penetration into the subbase and the lower layers of the road. So now this function is the lowering of the screed is designed to help us build different layers by the process of road widening. So we are able to fill the road with sub-base material, base material, and then go up on the final finishing surface and finish it, for example, with the hot asphalt mixture. So the operator controls that height as well. Now this function which you see now is meant to allow the operator of our road widener to kind of correct the mistakes done to him correct the mistakes of the driver. So if somebody is pushing this road widener by the wheel loader or an excavator, for example, and he's not correctly going the line, and the guy sees better from here that he needs to adapt a little bit better to the line where the road joins the extension, he can adapt with this little hydraulic cylinder, with this movement, moving all of the table. Now these cylinders close the gap between the tipper. So it is very important for us, because the tippers have of course different heights. We want to close this tightly with the steel rubber and make sure that no stones or no material which we are fitting to the belt will ever leave the backhoe loader. Will leave the road widener, of course. Now another function is the control of the length required to touch the truck wheels with these rollers. So if we want to push the truck in front of us, we have to adapt this distance between our machine, between the end of the tipper and between the end of the wheel tires, because of course all trucks may have different kinds of the overhang, of the rear overhang. So that's another function. And one which is kind of a old kind of an instrument in the newer machines, and this is also the news that I want to give you. Optionally, our machines will be equipped with a special system of nivellation. So in the standard, of course, you just have this little angle viewer here. So by this you can adapt your angle to the level of the road, but optionally you can now order a machine which will have the system of self-leveling to the zero angle. If you want more details about that, feel free to ask, but it's a simple system of leveling which will keep the screed at the given angle, and doesn't matter what happens to the carrier or to the road. And that is sometimes required by the road construction projects. So here we see on this screen we see the attachment, which is meant for a backhoe loader or wheel loader on a tractor. It can come in 3 different main kinds, so a quick coupling or a 2-point or 3-point connection. We do it in the price. One attachment is always covered for you. Okay, and now going back to what I said about 2 different kinds of connections, 2 different kinds of joining the carriers to this road widener attachment. So this is the basic machine which you see now. It will have the back plate allowing it to be pushed by the wheel loader, backhoe loader, excavator or the tractor. But since beginning of this year we also have the front towing hook system. And this will come at the same price as the standard version, and it will be changed in a way allowing you to connect our machine and hang it on the rear hook of any tipper truck which is equipped with a tipper hook. You will see also now in this render we already have the tipper hook which can be mounted to the back frame of a tipper truck. So these 2 cylinders here on the side, they are meant to help you connect the PF290 to your hook. So of course the trucks will have a different height. We want to help you with this adjustment here on the hook, and also with those cylinders which will lift up after we finish the process of connection of this machine to the hook. And it is important for you to know that you can either order a machine which is carried by a wheel loader, backhoe loader by the plate, or you can order in the same price the machine which is towed behind the truck. But if you're interested in having both and in having a kind of a hybrid option, this is also mentioned in our new price list recently sent to you. And this would allow you to exchange this front belt, this front part with the hook, and also these 2 hydraulic cylinders, these 2 hydraulic foot, to be exchanged into an old standard system with the wheels and with the standard pushed bar with the rollers. So that's optional. You can have a kind of a hybrid. What I want to mention in this moment also is that we will be offering 3 different ways of controls of this machine. So the standard one will be equipped, like always, with the most simple system of hydraulical and mechanical controls. If you are interested in bringing the controls out of this operator place, we can offer you also the electrical control with the cable going to this box, and this cable could be extended to as much as you like, allowing you to work with this machine by the cable from any cabin of any wheel loader or excavator if you like so. And the third option is, I think the most nice and impressive one, is the option of the wireless remote control. And in this picture, you will see the one that was designed for us. Unfortunately, is in Polish, but this is just an idea of what will be worn by the operator, and this could be either set up in this operator place and connected then where it will be loading its battery, but it can be also taken up and it can be wirelessly controlling all of different functions of the machine. So feel free to ask for more details, but regarding this machine, I think just two more pictures showing you how the hook connection looks like. You see the height connection here. You can choose the correct height for your machine, and here with these legs you can lower it up and you can make it as high as possible, then just bring the legs up and go for the work. This is a render of how the typical setup will look like. So from my side regarding this machine, I think it will be all. If you're interested in getting any more details, then feel free to contact us directly. But we will see in the next episode of Strassmayr training videos. Thank you and goodbye.